On December 21st, 2024, the world lost a very special woman, Elizabeth Gaynor, at 96 years old. And I'm happy to say that she was a friend of mine for the past 20 years. Elizabeth was not only a ballet teacher, but she had a ballet school, which she founded 50 years ago. She was also an expert sailor, skier, painter, and mother. And she did Pilates for the last 30 years of her life. I started doing Pilates with her and her trainer, Christina, some 10 years ago. We would meet at Elizabeth's house every Tuesday. I used to kid Elizabeth that I was going to make her famous on TikTok and YouTube, and she'd laugh and say, "What's that?" Anyway, I started taking some shots of her at age 93 to 95. Here they finally are for all to see. Elizabeth, here we are for our Tuesday.
Is Christina here?
Christina's here.
Hi, Christina.
Yeah, she's eating her lunch. But Christina was answering a few questions for me about the work.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and she's going to do a little more next week. She's going to add on with the Yamna technique with the balls, which she does on you a lot. She does more than me. She does 12. That's more than me. I only do 8. You started Pilates when?
Well, when my daughter Emily, I'm trying to think how long ago that was, because that's a very long time ago. Almost 40 years ago, I guess. And my daughter was at SAB, and the dancers knew about Pilates before the rest of us. And she had sort of a long body that was hard to get under control. And her friends told her, you must take some Pilates. And Romana Trier was in the city.
So tell me just a little bit who Romana, I've heard of her, but tell me a little bit more of her background. She worked with Joe Pilates, did she not?
Yes, she did. She worked with Joe and with his wife way back. And she had a studio not too far from SAB. And so I said, well, I'll come watch. And I went and watched. And Romana was this tiny, old woman, but doing everything full out and very inspiring.
You started at somewhere around 60 after you finished taking ballet bar.
Well, no, I was still doing
teaching
ballet up till I was 65. So I was getting into Pilates, but when the ballet stopped, the Pilates continued.
So that's been about 40 years.
Yes.
Without stopping, except
No.
a week or two here.
Well, I mean, the most I've ever stopped are the last 2 weeks when Christina went away.
We said this before, but you say you have a sister 1 year different than you, and she's not done this.
And she has terrible cervical degeneration, I guess it is. She can pull herself straight, but she can't hold it. She's right back. And her focus is always down.
Yes.
And she walks with a cane because her balance isn't that good.
So this works the balance. So you can do all your daily activities. You can go up and down the stairs, go to the grocery store, drive a car, and you don't think about it.
Oh, no.
It's the same old routines.
I would only think about it if I couldn't do it.
Would you stand up one more time so we can see the posture? And we were talking about your sister. And turn around for us. Let me get you on the side. See?
Okay.
This is one of the first things I noticed about Elizabeth when I met her, was that she stands up straight like normal people do. Actually, she stands up straighter than a lot of people half her age. So even a person who's done other activities all their life will find new ways to feel better with this.
Oh, I
or
think
just
so.
sort of
Oh,
reach
yes.
out. All right, folks, this is Elizabeth, my friend Elizabeth. How old are you these days?
I am 93 and a half.
And a half. Well, we'll sign in when you're 95, okay? And sayonara. Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Sweet little orchids coming back. Orchids don't like too much water.